Yo guys, Vision here, back with more Marvel Rivals content. Today's video I'll be bringing you the full Iron Fist guide following the latest update, breaking down all of his abilities, including his team up and addressing both his strengths and weaknesses. This is episode 35 of my Hero Series guides with all of the previous episodes on the channel. So on that note, let's get right into it. So to begin, Iron Fist is a melee duelist in this game, a true dive threat who excels at dealing insane damage to tanks and effective at picking off squishies due to his abilities and his kit management. His kit is basically what allows him to be very strong at sustaining in team fights. Although his effectiveness does come from sort of cooldown management, he is very independent in his sort of playstyle. He does have a base health of 308 HP and a movement speed of 6 meters per second. As for his abilities, he actually has two primary attacks. Now, the first primary, which I will not even attempt to pronounce these names, as I have no confidence I can pull these off, so we'll just discuss the overview of these abilities instead, if you guys don't mind. Now, the first primary is his melee attack, which allows him to use the Iron Fist to reduce the cooldowns of block and strike with every single hit. This ability basically is his main melee attack, where he uses the Iron Fist as a max distance of 3 meters in range. The first 4 strikes of this ability deals 30 damage, so 120 damage, with the 5th strike dealing an additional 55 damage. And for every single hit, you reduce the dragon's defense ability, which I'll go over shortly, by 1 single second. So 5 hits will reduce your ability, reduce that cooldown by 5 seconds. So as you can see later in the video, this is where you'll need to combine the 2 attacks together, and has an attack speed with the first 4 strikes of basically half a second between them, and the 5th and final strike at 0.6 seconds, so as an interval between the 4th and that final strike. So as you can see, within about 2.5 seconds, he can deal a ridiculous amount of burst damage, so just bear that in mind. Now, his second primary attack is the dash, where he can dash forward and pursue the targeted enemy and unleash a fury of attacks. Now, this ability lasts for 5 seconds, where Iron Fist has a maximum pull-in distance of 11 meters, so anywhere within 11 meters, he is going to basically lock into that enemy and sort of continuously deal damage to him, with a damage range of 3 meters, dealing 9 base damage, and then a further 2.7% based on the enemy's maximum health per strike, landing 7 strikes per second. So you can see this actually does build up. The higher the health the target, the more damage you're going to do, and as you can see, this attack is lethal, and you can really melt those high health targets, making him very effective against tanks, dealing some of the game's highest burst damage. Now, the Kunlun kick, where you can dash forward, delivering a flying kick when hitting an enemy or reaching full range, dealing damage to nearby enemies, and the damage output of this increases with lower enemy health, so just bear this in mind. It's almost like an executioner style ability. Now, this ability allows Iron Fist to dash up to 14 meters per second, up to 12 meters away, dealing an initial 35 damage on the first kick, and then the second kick deals between 35 and 70 damage, with the maximum damage being achieved when the target is at 50%, with a 10-second cooldown between uses, so just bear this in mind. And like I said, save it in your back pocket for almost like an executioner, a final hit ability in your back pocket. Now, the Crane Leap ability allows Iron Fist to significantly improve his sort of mobility and evasion, where he can perform up to 3 consecutive jumps while airborne. Now, this ability has 3 charges, with each charge taking 1 second to recharge, so he can continuously just run around the map, wall climb as well. In addition to this, by holding X next to walls, he can run horizontally along the walls at 9 meters per second, which also improves his mobility. And then, as well as this mobility, Iron Fist also has incredible sustain, as I alluded to earlier. As a duelist, by pressing R1 allows Iron Fist to use the Harmony Recovery ability, which basically allows him to cross his legs and channel his chi, slowly gaining health bonuses. And the ability lasts for 3 seconds in use, healing 100 health per second, and any excess healing that he doesn't require necessarily to get him up to full health would then transfer into bonus health, with a 12-second cooldown between uses. So this ability really significantly improves his sustain and his survivability in team fights, and in addition to this, also allows him to be a very independent sort of style. And also, he has the Dragon's Defense ability, which allows him to block. By pressing L2 allows Iron Fist to assume a defensive stance with a boost of chi to block incoming attacks and gain damage reduction, then strike back with his dash ability, and so on as a combo. The block sort of lasts for 1 second, reducing 30% of any incoming damage, with a bonus health of to sort of damage block ratio and conversion of 1.3, of maximum conversion of up to 175 bonus health from damage that you block within a 15-second cooldown between uses of this ability. So effectively, the more damage you block, the more health you convert, and the sort of longer you stay alive. Think of it like that way in the more basic terms. And Iron Fist also has a cool passive ability, which I'm not going to lie, until I made this guide, I wasn't even fully aware of at all. For any assist in taking down enemies in team fights, allows Iron Fist to then absorb their chi and gain a bonus health of up to 50, which is actually insane to me. And like I said, I was not aware of this, and hugely encourages constant damage basically, and incentivizes you to stay in the action. As well as this, he also has a team ability with Lunar Snow, where she grants the Winter's Chill to both Hawkeye and Iron Fist. When Iron Fist activates this ability, the Harmony Recovery is where he can basically heal allies with Lunar Chi within a cylindrical spell field of up to 10 meters in radius and a height of 10 meters, and any excess healing converts bonus health, and also healing allies for 55 per second, and also lasting for 3 seconds in use, with a cooldown of only 12 seconds. So you can use this quite frequently, and also adds to sort of the meta dynamic in terms of the fact that he can actually help teammates by healing them as well. Now, as finally, for his ultimate ability, he can become the Living Chi to boost his speed, damage, and attack range, delivering stronger punches while reducing the cooldowns of the Dragon's defense, making him a nightmare for opponents to deal with incredible sustain and damage output. It lasts for 12 seconds in use, providing a 30% damage boost to his overall output, and also a 20% speed boost, with only costing 3,400 energy, which is relatively cheap in this game for the grand scheme of things, especially for a duelist. In summary, Iron Fist is a true dive threat. His chi, dash, and flying kick propel him into backlines where the Iron Fist melts tanks and squishies alike. With the good HP that he has for a duelist and the chi restoration, his self-heal, this making him durable for a duelist and sustainable. His ultimate ability delivers a massive AoE burst area of effect, which makes him a very high damage dealing duelist, but he does lack an escape, but his sustain and raw sort of power compensate, making him a very strong hero in my opinion. As always, if you've enjoyed the guide and found this useful, please do not forget to like and subscribe. It massively helps me out. I'm a small creator, as you can see, and if you have any comments, tips or tricks, or any thoughts, sort of suggestions, or anything like that you want to see in future videos, let me know down below in the comments and I'll get back to you. I'm VisionSGen. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.